Ra Hokum for the Boxing Voice. I'm delighted to be speaking to Welsh wonder kid Kyran Jones via Zoom. How are you, Kyran?
Yeah, all good. Thanks for mate.
So you are back in action in Cardiff next Saturday, the site of your previous fight. How's it feel to be back?
Yeah, I can't wait. It's always good to be, fighting in our home city in Cardiff. The last twice I boxed in Cardiff, and they've been a brilliant atmosphere. So, I can't wait to do it all again now next Saturday. I bring my own crowd down. It's going to be a stacked out arena, and and the Vale is, it holds the atmosphere really well. So yeah, I can't wait now. I'm mega excited.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's great to build on the sort of buzz around Cardiff after the big show we had a few weeks back, Eubank versus Williams, of course. So,
Yeah.
looking at your background, you were quite the amateur hotshot. Can you just tell us a little bit about your amateur career?
Yeah, so I started boxing when I was 6. My first fight when I was 10. I had about 97 amateur fights, won 72 or so. I won 10 Welsh titles right away through the age groups, from schoolboy, junior, youth, and senior. Boxed all around the world as an amateur. I think out of my 97 fights, about 60 was international. So I think I boxed in 3 European Championships, World Championships, boxing over 15 different countries for Wales. Obviously the multi-nation tournaments, winning numerous medals. I boxed in the top it off. I boxed in the 2018 Commonwealth Games then in the Gold Coast. So yeah, I done I done my amateur apprenticeship, like I say, and now I'm ready to hit the pro ranks, and I've gone off to a good start in making it 2-0. I'm ready to make my 3rd appearance now next Saturday.
I mean, that is some amateur pedigree you've got there. I'm surprised one of the big guns didn't snap you up. Is it because you guys over there in Wales, you get forgotten about a bit?
No, not so much forgotten about, but we don't get the fair end of the stick, do we? That's Welsh, but I've got a good deal with Mo Pryor. Mo Pryor is a great manager. I'm trained under Gary Lockett, and under great stable of fighters. So I'm in a very, very good place at the moment. I'm enjoying my boxing like I've always done, and like I say, a happy fighter is a dangerous fighter, and I'm very, very happy at the moment. I'm learning every session, and the Gary and the team. Like I said, the gym is thriving at the moment. All the boys in the gym, we're all flying, and all pushing each other along. And we got 5 of us out now next week, and hopefully we get 5 good wins, and we crack on from there.
My understanding is you're a 6'1" southpaw fighting at middleweight. Is that right?
That's it, mate. Yeah. 6'1", southpaw, middleweight. So it can be quite awkward for a lot of fighters.
Yeah, you already sound like a nightmare for most. So in the amateurs, any big names that you came across?
Oh, I've come across plenty. Obviously William Hutchinson. There's so many to name. Stephen Donnelly. You've got these top level Russian amateurs, Kazakhstan amateurs. Azerbaijan. They're great fighters. And that's not to be forgotten about. Us British the British fighters I've come up against. But it's just so many to name from the top of my head. But like I said, 60 of my fights was international. May have been over 60. So you can imagine the opposition I've come up against. They've been elite fighters, and I've boxed some of the best in the world.
Mm-hmm. And as you said, you've started your pro career. Good start, 2-0 on Saturday. It's fair to say another journeyman, 4-rounder. Do you know anything about him, Stankovic? I think last time out he fought another light heavyweight prospect, Khalid Ayub, up in Sheffield, I think it was. Yeah.
So I've had a little look at him. I never take the journeyman lightly. I never get complacent, because it only takes one shot, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? So and I go in there, do my thing, show my skills. Been working hard in the gym. Yeah, and I'm just gonna, I'm gonna shine next Saturday. And if I go in and do I should be fine.
Hmm. And you mentioned you're training under Welsh legend Gary Lockett. Are you able to do this full time? You're a full time pro. You got sponsors that are covering you?
I've got plenty of sponsors, covering me, but I'm currently working part time in a private school called ACT Schools. So I'm currently working there part time and training part time with Gary. So we got a good little routine schedule throughout the weeks, which helps me train and work along with it. Like, so yeah, I'm lucky enough to be down with Gary at the moment, and it's absolutely brilliant, and I'm loving it down there. Yeah.
Hmm. Now, when we get a fighter who had a tremendous amateur pedigree like yourself, in particular like yourself, judging by what you're saying, mostly international fights, usually you're moved pretty quick as a pro, but you're only 24. Do you have a particular path mapped out with your management and coaching team?
Not quite yet. No. Obviously the team around me know my path. That's all I do is I'm training hard in the gym, staying focused, staying disciplined. Yeah, just like I said, training hard, listening to my team around me, my coaches like Gary. Yeah, and whatever the path they set out, then they're experienced members of the game. So whatever path they set out, I'll obey, and I'll keep training hard and beating who's in front of me. So yeah, I leave that down to them. I worry about my part in the game and training hard, and beating who's in front of me, and then they can worry about that side of it. And yeah, like I said, whatever, my trust in them in that side, and whatever they put in front of me, and they, like I said, the path they take me, then the path we take.
Sure. Is it fair to say that you're still sort of finding your style in the pro game, adjusting to it?
Yeah, 100%. Everyone knows the amateurs is totally different pros. It's longer rounds, smaller gloves. The pace is totally different. So I'm learning in the gym all the time with Gary. Slowing myself down, tightening my defense. There's numerous things we got to work on, and we're not dull. Like I said, it was a big step up into the pro ranks, and that's what I'm learning now. I'm learning the trade in the pro ranks. Like I said, I had 97 amateur fights, but like I said, I'm novice to the pro game at the moment, and that's what I'm do this year. I'm gonna get in the ring as much as possible. Yeah, gain as much experience in the pro ranks, and then next year, then we move on and we target their titles.
Hmm. I mean, how do you see the middleweight scene in the UK at the moment? Who do you think's the best fighter in the division? Obviously, your countryman came up short against Chris Eubank, so that might give you a bit of a measuring stick.
Yeah. The middleweight's thriving at the moment, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? You got like Chris Eubank, Liam Williams, domestically, and the domestic scene is thriving as well. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a great division to be involved in, and yeah, as long as I'm doing my own thing, beating who's in front of me, you never know in the future. We could look at them sort of titles, and yeah, that would be a dream for me.
Hmm. And have you managed to get any sparring with any of these top names?
Yeah, sparred loads of top names. Like I said, so many to name. Yeah, so many, like Lennox Clark, sparred him numerous times. Yeah, there's so many to name off the top of my head. Yeah, but I've sparred a lot of good fighters, and yeah, it's been it was great help for me, a great experience for me, bringing me on massively.
Hmm. Lennox Clark, he came actually from a white collar background, didn't he? So that would have been interesting.
Yeah,
Both very different paths.
crazy. Such a talent to come from no offense to the white collar, the scene, but he's such a talent to come from that scene, like, and yeah, he's great, and he's a top guy to go with it. You know what I mean? He's not just a great fighter, but he's a top guy. He's a gentleman.
get the impression though he's actually someone who's genuinely hard, and that's why he was able to make the transition so
Oh
easily.
yeah, 100%. Yeah. You can dig.
Hmm. What about the world scene? How do you see the current situation at middleweight? I mean, obviously you got Golovkin probably in his final days at the age of 40. Then you got
Yeah.
guys like Charlo, Andrade. It's not clear whether he's fighting at middleweight or super middleweight.
Andrade, yeah.
Who do you think's the best middleweight in the world?
Like, yeah. I like the looks of Andrade. I like his technical ability. Like you said, the middleweight scene is thriving at the moment, not just domestically, but world, in the elite level as well. I really like Billy Joe. Yeah, he's a great fighter. And Andrade, they southpaws like myself. I look up to fighters like that, and their skill set is incredible, and the way they pick their shots, the angles they throw them from, and they're really tricky fighters. And then obviously you've got the likes of Golovkin, Canelo, Zach Parker coming through now. I'm glad to see he got a shot now against Andrade. So I'm looking forward to that. And I wish Zach Parker all the best. He's a great fighter, and I believe he can become a world champion. But like you said, the world scene is thriving at the moment, and it's good to be a boxing fan as well, and look up to them fighters and watch them fighters.
Mm-hmm. Not surprised that you'd like Andrade being a tall southpaw yourself. Even if he did give your countrymen a hard night's work when he beat Liam, of course.
Yeah. You got to respect the ability as well. Do you know what I mean? His skill set is through the roof, and I really think he's a great fighter.
Yeah, he is. Well, like you said, that fight against Zach Parker, great one for the summer for us to look forward to as fans.
Oh, most definitely, yeah. I think Zach Parker is a great fighter as well, and he's massive for the weight, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? He's all good, switch hitter. So it's going to be a big fight, and I wish Zach Parker all the best, and hopefully he brings our world title back home, back to Britain.
Absolutely. So for yourself, obviously, hopefully the pandemic restrictions are over. How regularly are you hoping to fight this year?
I'm hoping to get as much as possible. Being realistic, I'd like to be out 4 times maybe this year for the years out. Obviously, starting off next Saturday, I'd love to get out 4 times. But obviously, I'm not looking past next Saturday. Like I said, I don't look past any journeyman. Don't get complacent. 20 fight decks only takes 1 shot, like I said. So yeah, all focus on next Saturday now. I've trained hard in the gym right over Christmas as well. I've kept taking over. It's been a long camp, and I'm feeling fit, sharp, strong, and I'm firing all cylinders, ready to go next Saturday, and put on a good performance, and then we move on. Move on to the next one, and we take it fight by fight. And I think that's the best way going forward, and that's how I've always been. Take it fight by fight. Don't look past the opponent in front of you, and because that's when I believe you'll come unstuck. So all focus for next week now. Get over this creation, and we move on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, can I just ask your view on some of the goings on in the boxing world away from your own sort of division? Of course, last weekend, huge fight over in Scotland, really controversial scoring. What's your views on that? There's been much talk within the game. Are the judges, are they corrupt? Are they incompetent? Is it just the way it's always been that the home fighter just gets an advantage because of the crowd? What's your views on that?
You don't know what to think, to be honest with you. Everyone's talking about it, not just in the boxing environment, but anyone, you walk past on the street, they've all heard about it. It's been on the news, I heard it's been mentioned in the House of Commons as well. So it's absolutely crazy. Myself personally, I had Catterall winning by a good few rounds. I just thought he controlled the fight. I look up to Josh Taylor. I think he's a magnificent fighter. But on that, on that night. I think Catro, won comfortably. Like I said, he's in control of the fight. He brought it down to his pace. He caught Taylor with the cleanest shot, and I think Taylor, he just couldn't get his timing, couldn't get his rhythm. I think he come unstuck by Catro's style. Catro was very side on. His defense was brilliant, and he sat on our back foot lovely. So yeah, I just thought he struggled all night, and he could have nicked or drew a couple of rounds, but Catro was the dominant winner that night, and it just I felt sick for him, to be honest with you. I woke up the next day and I just couldn't get my head around it. I just I thought Catro should have been waking up with them belts, as unified world champion, and to be honest with you, you won't get a chance like that again. One fight to win all the marbles. I just feel sick for him, and I hope he comes back, bigger, stronger, and actually does deserve another shot. Whether it's going to be for all the belts, but he should be the king of that division at the moment, shouldn't he?
Absolutely, yeah. Like you said, I'm sure most fans hope he can get what he deserves, whether he ever gets a chance to be undisputed. It's so difficult to get all 4 belts in the modern era, as you know. So
exactly, yeah, mate. Yeah.
Let's hope he can still have a successful career hereafter. The week before, of course, we saw a fight, 2 welterweights, way past their best, but we got the fight in the end. Brook v Khan. Is it fair to say should really be their swan song?
Yeah, I was I was quite shocked by that. To be honest though, I had Khan. I thought Khan was going to win the fight with his speed and his movement. I thought he might have been too much for Cal. I always thought it would have been a brilliant fight and a good 50-50 fight. But I thought Khan's speed and movement would have been too much for Cal. But Khan just didn't look the same fight, did he? His legs didn't seem to be there. His hands was too quick for his movement, and he was rushing everything when he Cal Brook, fair play to him. He reacted to the occasion very well, and he performed brilliantly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, fighters really know when to give up. There's talk that Khan might even think about activating the rematch clause. Not sure whether that's a good idea. Let's hope the people around him talk sense. Do you think Brook should retire?
Yeah,
There's talk of him fighting Eubank up at middleweight. Again, I don't see what he gets out of that other than paycheck.
The way he looked, obviously at weigh-in, and the way he performed on fight night, I think he's still got 1 or 2 fights left in him. We'd like to. He's done brilliant in the sport. I mean, he won a world title. He boxed, elite fighters, and if he hung his gloves up, then fair enough. You can't argue with that. But the way he performed that night, you could see him coming back and having another 1 or 2 fights. I'd like to see him up against Conor Benn. It'd be a good fight. I heard Conor Benn wants that, and he saw, and obviously Eubank as well. If they get along, get it on, then there's some big domestic fights out there, innit? So yeah, it's great. It's great.
Yeah, exciting times, and of course, the other big talking point, the big heavyweight fight, Fury v White. What'd you make of Dillian not turning up?
It's quite bizarre, innit? Yeah, it's I believe it is a part of the game, innit? It builds the fight, but like I said, it's all mind games, innit? Fury's good at like mind games, so whether White will continue to to stay behind the scenes and not show up to these media days, then we'll soon find out. But yeah, I'd like to. So yeah, I just can't wait for the fight now. I'm a big fan of Fury, and I'm a big fan, to how we come back from from the lows, and yeah, I think his ability and his natural ability is incredible. And like I said, I look up to him as a fighter, and him as a person as well. He's great, and I can't wait for this next fight now.
Yeah, so great spring and summer to look forward to as boxing fans. Okay, Kyran, is there anything you want to add?
Just a massive thanks to all my fans, for buying tickets, and whoever come buy a ticket. The support since, the support in the amateurs I had was unbelievable, but since turning pro, it's gone to another level. So yeah, massive thanks to all my supporters, all my fans who have, spent their hard-earned cash to come watch me next Saturday. No, I really am grateful for all their support. Massive thanks to all my sponsors, with so many to list, but without them, none of this would be possible, and life would be a lot harder without them. Obviously, as we know, the pro game is hard. It's hard business to start out in, and they have been a massive help for me. Another shout out to my S&C coach, Daily, obviously all my boxing team. And a massive shout out to everyone who's supporting me at the moment, and tune in next Saturday, right, to make it free now.
Absolutely. So just a reminder to the fans, that's the Carnage in Cardiff show put on by TM14 Promotions and Priority Boxing, Vale Sports Arena, Cardiff. Do you still have any tickets left if fans want to get in touch with you?
Yeah, I got a few tickets left. Yeah, 1 or 2 tables, and a few standards. So anyone who wants to buy some last minute tickets, they come watch a stacked card of boxing in Cardiff next Saturday, full of talent. And just get hold of me on social media, Instagram,
Absolutely.
Facebook.
Let's support those Welsh boys.
That's it, mate. Yeah, that's it. The stack card.
All right, Kyran. Well, thanks for joining us here on the Boxing Voice. Good luck for next Saturday, and we look forward to following your career.
Cheers, bro. I appreciate your time, mate. Thank you.
Thank you.
For the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, entitled betting shows. The list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.